15 in.
Good evening, metalheads. Greetings from the Kingdom of Mercia. I'm Percy, as you pretty much well must know, and we've got our co-host this evening, Devon Gadaz, with us.
All right, guys.
Unfortunately, we were going to have John Clayton in as a guest with us, but he's rather unwell at the moment, so he won't be able to join us, I'm afraid.
So, should we go and have a look who's in then?
Yeah, who have we got then, Dad?
Right, okay. From the top, we have got Jason, the Dark Knight Detectorist, hunting history. We've got Zoe Phillips, which I think is my wife, unless it's my daughter, I'm not sure. We've got Jackie from Ludicrous Detects. We've got History Digging Hampshire. Hello, buddy. Who else we got? Emma Walker. Hi, Emma. We've got Lib and Lex Gaming. That's my daughter, Lexi. Hi, Lex. We've got Marlon. Marlon's in. Hi, Marlon. Do you want to take over a minute?
Yeah, we're getting absolutely bombarded in the chat. Lots more people showing up that I didn't know whether we'd get people come or not.
No.
Jackie, Mark. Cool.
Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting's in. Scott Owens, hi Scotty.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy, for coming.
Janine, she's here. Yeah. Excellent.
Terry from Diggers Den's in. Hi, Terry. Glad you can make it, mate. Treasure Nation's in. John Clayton's in.
John Clayton.
Hi, John.
Wow.
I'm here in the background. Welcome, everybody. But feeling bad. Get well soon, mate. Raven Hart Detects. I don't want to put my glasses on, so I'm trying to read it without them. Janine King. I think that's a friend of mine. Janine, yeah. What else we got?
No.
Jason's
I'm getting
first. We got a few in.
We certainly have. I'm getting some sort of sound feedback. Have you got your YouTube or something running at the same time?
Yeah. I did. Where's the chat?
That's it. Cool. Yeah. That's cleaned the sound up a bit.
Yeah.
Superb. So what have you been up to then, Daz?
Me, I've been painting yesterday and today. I haven't been out because I'm trying not to go out weekends now, so I want to spend time with my kids. So if I can give myself a day off during the week, then I'll go out during the week because it's just easier. So I was out Friday. Didn't really find a lot, mate. It was not enough to make a video. A couple of rubbish coins, loads of bits of lead. Bit of a disappointing day. I was out the Tuesday before. I had Charles I hammered and a few other bits. But yeah, like I say, I'm trying to avoid weekends if I can at the moment. Because obviously the kids don't get to see me because they're at school during the week. So yeah, you been out, Perth?
I have. I've been out for a couple of hours earlier on today, and I got out for 5 or 6 hours yesterday. I was working on a very quiet ridge and furrow pasture field. It's probably about 10 acres, but there isn't a great deal in there at all. I've been struggling on the fines, although today I did pick up some goodies. I've had my first silver of 2021 off there.
Have you got it there with you?
I certainly have, yeah.
Let's have a look.
Well, it's a them. I don't know how well it's going to show up. Now, what on earth's that I hear you say? They're little handles of like scissors.
Yeah.
They're very ornate. They're silver, hallmarked. And I think it's Art Nouveau is the style. It's not Art Deco. That's too chunky and regular.
Early 1900s.
1901 on the hallmark.
Right.
So that's the finger end. the rest of whatever they were operating isn't there anymore. Now, I think they're a bit fragile to be scissors or nail scissors. I was talking to my dear old mum earlier on, and she seems to reckon that in Victorian times they had posh little nail scissors for grapes, for snipping the grapes off the bunch, so you didn't get grape juice over your hands. I'm just about to see them on a posh Victorian table.
Yeah, who was it? Raven Hearts just said grape scissors. John Clayton said sugar tongs. Anyone else?
Yeah, well, the only thing I could think of was perhaps they were on the end of a lady's fan, and that you'd open the scissor ends out to open the fan out.
Open the fan up, yeah.
Fan yourself, but I think I was clutching at straws on that one. I like this grape scissors idea. That gives me something to look at and research.
You want to Google it? Google all the different types of scissors, see if anything comes up. That sort of design or that sort of shape, sort of thing.
Yeah, but a couple of other nice bits and pieces. Unfortunately, this isn't in one piece anymore. It's got the bottom section chunked off it. That's a medieval heraldic horse pendant.
Oh, right, yeah, that's cool.
Got me in this camera, but it's suspended from that hook there at the top, and you can just make out some patterning on there. Yeah. But as an incomplete artifact, I don't reckon it, but it shows the field's got that medieval pedigree there.
So there's got to be other stuff there, mate. There's got to be, isn't there?
Yeah, I had a couple of plain old green Vicky half pennies, and something that I've not ever found before. It's another Victoria coin. It's dated 1854, and on the reverse it's stamped as the Prince of Wales token half sovereign. So it's a cupro nickel coin. It's got the fleur-de-lis of the Prince of Wales in the centre of it.
Yeah.
It's showing on Numista, the coin listing site, as something that was in existence, more as a token rather than a coin. But it has been pierced at the top. So
someone had it as a necklace, yeah.
That's it, or a little charm on a bracelet.
Yeah, cool, man.
Definitely worth that trip back out to the field today.
Definitely. We've got Digger Christian in the house. We've got Crafting with Gertie. Hi there.
Oh, Mandy's in, is she?
We've got Philip Wills. Hi, Philip. Philip Wills is here. Jason's there now. Have I missed anyone?
I'm trying as we go. I've got a second screen open with YouTube on it, so I'm trying to hit up all our regular faces as moderators, turning you all blue just in case we get spammers in it. The course of action. It's with a big stick, I think. So.
I had a troll on my live the other night. Thought he was funny, he did. But I soon booted him out. So John said he's been in bed all day. Hope you're doing all right, John. Has he got COVID now?
I think so, yeah. He messaged me a day or so ago that it's in his household, and gradually one by one they're all testing positive on it. Yeah,
we've been lucky because my daughter's friend Liberty, who's on here tonight, she got it, and two of her friends, and they were all at a party last week. So we've been testing Lexi every day, but she's still negative. But a guy who works for me, he's just tested positive, so he won't be coming into work this week, which is a bit of a bugger. It means I have to go back on the tools this week. But yeah, we've been really lucky up to now. We've got the test kits and that, and we'd have to have a test. I have to have a test because I'm going in people's houses, so to measure up and stuff. But yeah, we've been quite lucky, to be honest. First, it's been, but you just never know, do you? This is the thing.
I think I've been exceedingly lucky. I work on my own pretty much most of the time. Maybe have one or two helpers throughout the year when we get busy. But I'm outdoors in the woodland, so you're not going to get the confined spaces problem of coughs and sniffles and what have you, of being in offices or factories and that. And then at home, it's just myself and Susan and Barney the dog.
Yeah.
Hobby wise, obviously, I clear off to the fields as often as possible and hunt out the history.
I try and get out twice a week if I can. I will do some weekends at some point in the summer, but if the wife takes the kids out or something for the day with her friends, then I'll be out. Not sure whether Marcus is in. Hi, Marcus.
Oh, Marcus, good to see you.
He said he missed our live last night. I said, well, yeah, because we changed it. Obviously, we got a bit confused, didn't we, about Terry's live? So, but yeah, we changed it. Obviously,
my mistake on that one. I thought that it always used to be that Tezza and Mark were fortnightly.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can run on opposite fortnights to them. But obviously, with Mark away, Tezza's working some different collaborations, so we quickly swap the day over. But we're going to run on a tight schedule tonight of finishing by 9 because I do believe that Dino has his slot on a Sunday evening, so we'll clear the airways ready for Dino to put his broadcast out.
Okay, we've got one in called EV Bud, and he says petrol prices these days. I don't know what he's on about there. I better check him out, actually. But yeah, so
tidy in the house as well, I see.
Is he tidy?
Yeah, he's just popped up on.
Steve, is that Steve Pettican?
Mr. Pettican, I do believe. Yeah.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
I'm trying to operate one-handed and look at a separate screen while I get these mods sorted out. If we do manage to run a further broadcast out after tonight, then at least we've got our mods in place. That's got that sorted.
That's right. Is anyone coming on tonight? You got any guests first lined up?
Just flying solo for a little while, but if anybody does fancy popping on and chatting with us, we can drop the link into the chat and have a guest or two on.
Jason's usually up for it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think we might have a troll here actually.
Right, if we've got a troll, then mods hit him.
No subscribers, no videos. EB Bud, don't know who that is. But there you go. So I think we might have a troll. Let's see what other comments go first.
Philip's on it already. He wants to know if he's won anything yet.
We are giving away a composite pencil tonight, and I think if you got something there, Percy, you're giving away as well.
Yeah, I've got a couple of my medieval figures, a longbowman, and
I've got a few of them to give away soon as well. So
we'll have a go at giving them away.
We're going to do a little quiz, aren't we?
Yeah. As we're both sort of novices to driving StreamYard, we haven't quite got our heads around the share screen function for
Right.
putting a duck race on. So at some point in the near future, we could do with somebody that's pretty handy with StreamYard coming on and talking us through getting a shared screen thing. But I've got a couple of history-related number games.
Oh, good.
The prizes.
Rob Random's in the house. Is he coming on, Rob Random?
Oh, my days.
Because Terry says load Random on. Is that what he said? I don't know. Where's it gone?
Mr. Random, Lord Random, you are now a moderator. Thanks for popping in, mate.
Oi, Percy, the purple pickled pirate, LOTD, looking good fella. Cheers, fella. Yeah, come on if you want, Rob.
Right, let me see about.
Always a pleasure to listen to what you've got to say, mate. Funny or not.
I think that
Treasure Ed's in the house. Liberty Plays. I don't know who that is.
I think that should have
Yeah, the links
put our StreamYard link into the chat there. Open to anybody that too early for Random.
Is it?
Yeah, well, we're before the 9 o'clock watershed,
aren't we? Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah. Plus, I've got a couple of my kids watching, I think, or one of my children and a friend. But yeah, if anyone wants to come on, just click on the link, and just remember not to swear. It'd be funny though if Rob did come on. We could charge him 10p for every swear word.
Oh, have a swear jar.
Yeah, and at the end of the show, do a giveaway. You know, whatever we raise. Oh, it's Kev. Kev's in. Kev, you can come on. You don't swear, mate. Yeah, whatever we collect in the pot from Rob Random swearing, we can give it away at the end of the night. They might have enough for a day or two.
Well, that's it. They need a skip to come round to pick up all them pound coins.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if Dino's coming on. He's on at 10 o'clock tonight, isn't he, Dino?
I'm sure he's 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely watching Dino. Top man he is. So funny, that bloke. And I like the way he puts all the carry-on clips in between his videos. And I noticed you've done it as well, haven't you, on some of yours?
Yeah. I've nicking bits of copyrighted material out of comedy classics and trying to stitch them in from time to time.
I've thought about doing it myself. A few little like on the buses ones with Blakey and that, but I haven't worked out how to do it yet. But what I have done is I've got rid of intros because someone was saying, I think it was Tom, Treasure Hunting with Tom, who was saying, if you've got a long intro, people end up clicking off because they don't want to see it. They just want to get straight to the action, or they'll skip it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I thought rather than putting on an intro, I'll just get straight to what I'm doing, and then just have a little outro at the end. But I wouldn't mind putting a few things in between, like Blakey saying, "Oh, that's made my day," or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get a good find, get Blakey in, or I hate you. If it's a rubbish find, I hate you, Butler. That sort of thing. I don't know how many's in chat now, but
well, my tablet is saying we've got 17, but
I'm getting kids' stuff ready for school. I'm afraid with all these kids, it's like a military operation. That's Kev. Yeah, I understand, mate. My intro is 3 seconds long. Yeah, that's right. It is. It is Rob. Rob's in. Robert Hunter. Hello, mate.
Good evening, Robert, mate. Let's hit you up as a mod as well, Robert.
I'm just going to send a link to one of my other daughters who wants to watch. Bear with me, Perse.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sorry, bear with me, mate. It's 2 secs.
Yeah.
Facebook messages. Oh. Right, I've done it. Yeah. Right, yeah. So, getting back to metal detecting. Best find for you 2021, Percy?
It's in the box.
Is it?
Sat here next door to me. I've come prepared.
Rod Random says, have you done your hair tonight? Special. Let's see your comb. Oh, wow. What's that?
That is the front face of a Roman padlock. You'd have put the key in through that side, and the shaft would have poked out the other side.
It's the table fill. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that video, actually, yeah.
Yeah. And once you turn the key, the face of the padlock would have hinged up to release the chain from the back plate. Now, that's the face of the goddess Minerva. I think they're quite rare. There's a couple of them listed on the Portable Antiquities scheme, and I think somebody's written a book about them. And there's only about 170 varieties that have ever turned up. So, more than anything, it was the shock of digging it out of the ground and having a face staring back at me.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Knocked me for six. And just
it's not cursed, is it?
Well, it's not brought me any bad luck as yet, I don't think.
I think my best find, mate, to be honest, oldest find anyway, was the spearhead. I don't know if you saw that video, did you?
I did, yeah. Is that with Flo at the moment?
It is, yeah. It's with Flo. I've got to go back in 6 weeks for it, but she wants to see my treasure box of other stuff that I found, my hammers, and I think I had I'm not sure. I'll just grab it. Hang on. I think it was a Bronze Age ring. I will take it to Flo to confirm it, but I think there might have been a stone in there at some point. I've looked on the internet, and there's definitely similar ones on there, but I'm not sure for certain.
Does it fit any of your fingers?
Yeah, it fits my little finger. So I think it was a lady's ring, probably. But it's definitely a ring. It's a ring shape, you know.
Oh, without a doubt. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's going to Flo. I did have a Roman, but it's pretty much toasted. But I showed her a picture of this, and she thinks it's a what do you call it? A Cetaceous, is it?
Cetaceous, yeah.
Cetaceous, yeah. So there was that one, and then I had another what looks like a fragment of a Roman coin, which I don't know if you can see the pattern on it.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah. That came out of the field where I found the Henry VIII hammered. I was in there on Friday, but it's been ploughed in September, and they grassed it, and the grass has grown now. So I went in there on Friday, but it was just I was just finding lead and mood tubes and stuff like that. Guys, you're bouncing around with that headset. It looks like you're bringing in a 747 to land.
You need a couple of table tennis bats to do that.
It's because I'm on this bouncy chair, Marcus. That's why. Landing gear down on the final approach. Yeah.
I see we've got Trevor's in the house.
Trevor,
Kiss My Stained Glass
channel. Oh right, yeah, not yet.
Top bloke he is. He won my 100 subscriber giveaway. He's never won a giveaway in his time on YouTube, and he was just so grateful of getting the prize, because it's something that's handmade, and as a crafter he obviously appreciates that type of thing. And he did a little thank you video on his channel, and I think he's got him a pride of place on his shelf at home. So went to a very good home.
Nice one. Nice one.
Well,
so I've had, I don't know, 5 hammers off that permission since spring now, so it's got potential because it's 100 acres. So the trouble is, there's that many fields. I just don't know which one to go in. And if you get an hour in one where you're not finding anything, I end up doing a PJ and jumping the fence and going into another field. And then, you don't find nothing in there. You start to get a bit disheartened because you just don't know which field to pick. This is the problem. But yeah, there's always good stuff coming up.
I struggle with choices as well. We've got a country lane that runs out of our village that's perhaps 3 miles long, and the fields are 3 deep from that country lane until you get to the motorway, the M40 heading south. So I've got all of one side of this country lane, 3 fields deep, 3 miles long, and it's go at it when I can. Obviously seasonal for crops being in the field, and then when there's livestock there, keeping out. Apart from those pesky alpacas, of course. Been having fun and games.
Yeah. They like to go near them. They spit at you, don't they?
Yeah. You can see them sort of chewing away.
Jason's just said he doesn't. I don't have much doing random walking. I plan to do lines next time I'm out. Yeah, that's what I did on my last couple of videos. I gridded. I always find that if you grid long ways to the longest point of the field, you don't find as much as you do if you grid the shorter width. Do you know what I mean? It tends to be if you're gridding and you start off sort of as you like in line with where the plough was, so that the lines the plough makes. I don't seem to find a lot going that way. I seem to find more going across the plough lines. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found that on my last 2 videos because I did a gridding part 1. I found a few bits, a few coins and that, but gridding part 2 was a lot better. A lot more coins and stuff. So I mean, you can get a bit bored with gridding, and sometimes you can walk off your lines and you end up like, drifting off to the left or drifting off to the right, and you can actually see in the morning where you've been because obviously the grass is wet, and then you're like, oh God, I've got to do that line again. I've got to do this line again. So yeah, I mean, random walking, I don't think it works as good as gridding, but you can get bored with gridding, I think.
Every field that I've started, I've gridded. I've got a few that are absolutely humongous. There'd have been perhaps 4 fields. If you look on the side-to-side maps that throws the old Ordnance Survey maps in, you can see that they were previously 4 fields, and they've had all the hedgerows ripped out to modern farming machinery. Try gridding them, and then, as you say, you get a bit bored and go for a wander for a bit.
Yeah.
That's how that Roman padlock face came up, was out of boredom of finding nothing. I picked a line, found a silver 6pence, and then the next find was that padlock face.
But History Digging Hampshire just said, was it History Digging Hampshire? Yeah, he just said grid width ways instead of length ways. Yeah, that's right, because like I just said, you get more out of a width grid than you do on the length grid. And saying that though, I was width gridding that ploughed field, which is now grass, the other day. Didn't really find anything on there. A few bits of lead, like I say, and a couple of crusty coins. But I went on, I think I told you about this, Percy. I went on an old cricket pitch from like the 1900s.
I like old cricket pitches.
Yeah. And I gridded that width ways, and I had a George V, George VI. And then when I went back again, I had a threepence and another George VI. And just on the other side of the gate of that cricket pitch, obviously that gate wouldn't have been there in them days. That's where that silver threepence come up, the Edward VII that I found.
Yeah.
That was the one in the dark on the Premier. It was the last target. I couldn't see what it was. I could just make out a bit of a silver glint. It wasn't until I cleaned it up at home, and I was like, yes, get in there. Because it weren't a brilliant hunt, to be honest. That was gridding. I'd gone back in gridding part 2 field that day as well, and wandered about, went sort of diagonal in there, didn't really find anything. But yeah, when that came up, I was buzzing going home with that. It's always nice to find a bit of silver, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes the day. I just highlighted a question there from Scott Owens. Do you research fields or paths, etc., on past maps?
Yeah, I do. I go on, is it LiDAR?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go on LiDAR, and the trouble is, on some of my fields, I haven't done it. But when I first started on that permission in the spring last year, I was on LiDAR, and some of the fields have been done before, but I think there's only 3 of them have been done before, and to be honest, there's nothing came up on them. I think we had a couple of modern coins, and that was about it. This is the big field there's a medieval lane that runs through. It takes you up to the manor house, but obviously the part of the medieval lane that goes up to the manor house is all fields now. But the original entrance to the medieval lane, I think you've seen it on my videos where I go down there. I had an Elizabeth hammered in the summer off that. But yeah, I went back to first hammered I ever found was the James I last spring, and I went back to that field. I got up and I thought, where shall I go today? And I went back on that field where I found that hammered. And in the summer, it was all nettles in the bottom of this dip, right next to this bank of trees, where I found the James I. And there were all nettles there in the summer. And when I went back the other day, there was no nettles. It was only about the size of sort of 2 sort of cricket, not cricket pitches.
The wicket.
The wicket, 2 sides of the wicket, sort of together. And I gridded it. And sure enough, Charles I hammered came up, and I was buzzing. I just knew. I don't know why. I just knew there had to be something else in that area. I'd have put a couple of other crusty coins out of there as well in the past, but yeah, I was buzzing that day. I didn't really find much more than that hammered though. But still, that video's to come anyway. I will put it out.
I've tried every trick in the book. I have looked at every map I can find on the internet, in side-to-side maps that covers your modern aerial photography one side, and then you load your ordnance survey maps back through the generations to the other side. You can hit into LiDAR imagery. There's a website, House Prices UK, that do a very good LiDAR coverage, and no matter how I look, how I plan, everything has been totally random.
Yeah, I mean, there's paths going through some of my fields on LiDAR, and I've checked them over, and there's been nothing there, so it's quite surprising, really. Hi, Charlotte, my daughter. How you doing? We've got the Namby searchers in. Hi.
Navanby's come and joined
it. John says easier to. Sorry. Jason says easier to follow the lines that the field was planted, but it's a bit of a walk if it's a long field. Yeah, that's right. I tend not to find much on that line. Like I say, widthways always seems to bring up the goods for me. John says I always found from the gate opening where the farmer would have parked his trailer up and do a 45-degree scan first. Oh, I'll have to try that one. What are you drinking, Percy?
Ribena.
Yeah, I had a few last night, as you well know. So I ended up drinking that bottle of Prosecco.
We've got Scotty Dirt Diggers.
Hi, Scotty. How you doing?
Joined us.
Thanks for coming, mate. Yeah, just need to apologise.
Scotty.
Yeah, sorry, Scott, about the other night, mate. No offence. Yeah, so Yeah, I ended up drinking that bloody Prosecco last night, didn't I? I hate Prosecco.
Yeah,
I had 3
I'm not a
pints.
wine drinker. I prefer my ice cold lagers, but
There was nothing else in the house.
no. Well, January's about 250 days long, isn't it? Since you've had your Christmas pay packet until you get paid at the end of the month, and it's bread and scratch and whatever's left at the back of the drinks cabinet.
Yeah, I've only done one job. I've only done one job since January, since the beginning of January. So I'm waiting on stuff coming in, but I'm out next week, so hopefully get some money in next week and get the old bar stocked.
Ravenheart. I researched the old maps on one of my fields. It showed an old building. Over the years, it must have had 4 new locks, 3 roofs, 5 doors, 7 new windows. I went out with Nathaniel Outdoor Adventures.
That's funny, that. Yeah. So yeah, that's what he's been finding, is it? All that sort of stuff.
We've got somebody in the back room.
Have
Shall we bring them in?
Yeah, bring him in. Who we got?
Hi.
Hey, Kevin! Hello, mate.
Welcome, Kev.
Detective Kev.
Oh, sorry. I'm feeling a bit tired.
That's
I was-
all right, mate.
I was up at 4 to go to work, then I went detecting and getting all the kids ready and that.
Are you still at Asda, Kev?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there for the time being. My contract ends on the 1st of February with my current company, and Asda want to take us on as a cleaning team,
Cool.
but they want to screw us over big time. So
What with the wages?
yeah, with contract, like reducing our hours and stuff.
Oh, dear.
There you go.
What about
Well,
Amazon?
Look at what they're offering you, Kevin. Look at what the alternatives are.
Oh, I'm not gonna make it easy for them. That's for sure.
No.
Money in the pocket. That's what counts, isn't it?
Yeah, I can just go and steal shit. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
10p in the pot there.
How's your new? That's Barney.
Oh,
No, I haven't got budgies. It's Barney having a cry. You're going to come and say hello to the police?
yeah.
Right, you settle yourself down.
Just
How's
thought
your
I'd
new commission working out, Kev? Have you got this
Yeah,
new
yeah.
farm that you've taken?
Pretty good. I've found a couple of more coins today. Nothing major, you know, just George III halfpenny, and I think it might be a Victorian halfpenny. And
Cool.
I'm trying to work out what this other thingy-majig is. I've still got to clean all my finds yet. So yeah.
That's it. So, as soon as I'm in through the door, it's chuck it all in a bowl of hot soapy water, wash the shovel off, wash the pinpointer off, clean the finds and leave them to dry for an hour or so, and then do a bit of a roundup and stitch the video together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm doing now. I'm sort of editing the video.
Nice one
I'm
on your
just like-
permission, Kev, anyway. Because you've been
Yeah,
on the
thank
beach.
you.
You've been on the beach and that, haven't you? Because weren't you with the permission a bit overgrown?
Yeah, it was, and he's been a bit clicky. He's been very weird. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'm not going back. No, my luck, he'll end up burying me there.
Rob says you're going to find a gold sob on that permission, Kev.
It'd be nice. There's all kinds of coins there. I came close to a hammy. It was a what was it? The 1690s something, wasn't it? The farthing.
Yeah, yeah.
So 100 years before it would have been a hammy. But you know, it is what it is. I'm just enjoying myself, to be honest.
You'll get one, mate. You will do. You'll get one. Now you've got some decent land to go on.
That's
You know.
it. I was sort of half not chased away as much, but the farmer's son was revving up his tractor engine, threatening to come on my field. So I think that was a hint to go home. So
Right,
yeah.
got it. Oh no,
So I left.
they don't bother me like that. They come on. They don't. I mean, I speak to the farmer, but he doesn't. He doesn't ever say, "Oh, I'm." When I was in the summer when they were ploughing that field, I was just wandering around. There was 2 of them on there ploughing it, and they just let me get on with it. To be honest, they're
I'm kind
pretty
of
cool.
hoping that they'll let me have a go on their tractors. Like, I wouldn't mind helping them till them fields like that. Would be great.
Yeah, yeah. You get on it straight away.
My major landowner, he's not a farmer. He's aristocracy. He's my boss's sister. No, my boss's brother. He owns 7 farms that each have tenant farmers on them.
So you have to ask their permission.
No, he gives me permission. I go and tell them that I'll be protecting their land.
Oh right, okay, yeah, got you.
And from time to time, I see him out and about. He'll drive down the country lane, or he'll be walking his dog across the field. This is the main landowner, and it's always, Percy, it's great to see you out. Come out more often. Just get it done. Get through all these fields. Do it.
Yeah.
And then at Christmas time, I always pop up with a bottle of drink and a Christmas card and a few silver coins for his little lad. His lad's 7 years old, so I'm passing him on a bit of silver, interesting coins, interest of history.
Jason's funny. The farmer of my new permission was on about charging a tenner to detect on there. With the crap I've cleared off the land today, you can get stuffed. I'll come and collect it. What I normally do is if I get hammered, I normally give my farmer 50 quid. Every sort of couple of months, I'll give him 50 quid and buy him some beers just to keep him happy, and he's happy with that. You know
yeah, I've got an idea. So, Luke, Anglo Detecting.
Yeah.
He does his shop. I was thinking of all these little half pennies and that I found. I don't know if you've seen those little pots that he makes. They're Roman pots, but he makes it on like a diorama. I was thinking of getting one from Luke and then putting little coins in it and just giving it to the farmer. Just to say, these are the coins. Yeah,
I thought about doing something like that, but in a wooden display, maybe a small wooden display with a glass front with a couple of 6 or 8 coins that I've found just glued to the thing, so you can put it up on his wall. But they have to be decent ones. You can't give him the crusty ones, can you?
No, I went there. When I went there today, I knocked on his door and no one answered. I think he doesn't want me bothering him. So I just left a few of the coins that I found last week on like his windowsill and just sort of carried on detecting. I haven't been shot yet, so I think I'm still allowed there.
I'm not sponsored at all, but certain of you guys are from a company based up in the north, and they do some very nice coin display tray type things. They'll do like a wooden tray with a perspex front. There we go.
Oh right, yeah, that's cool.
And I've seen they also do little individual ones for hammered coins. It's got the space for one coin, and then it's got the monarch's name.
Oh right,
yeah.
Sort of ranges through the short cross into the long cross. So half a dozen different varieties with monarch names on them. That's a standalone little thing.
Don't know, Charlotte. I don't know when I'm out again because I'm working all next week. So. Who else we got there? Heavy Meadow Detective.
Yeah, he won a giveaway tonight from Marlon.
Oh, did he? I don't think I'm subscribed to that channel. I'll have to have a look at that one. We've got a giveaway. First, what we're giving away? Oh yeah, we're giving away a pencil and some figures. What time are you going to do that quiz first?
Well, let's get ourselves to the hour point. We're three quarters of an hour in. Get to the hour point and do some giveaways. and then wind up the final hour before we hand over to Dino, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on at 10, isn't he?
Later on.
Yeah, he's probably setting his up now, probably.
Kev, you're half decent at operating StreamYard, are you? Sharing
Well,
screen, that's something that we've not ventured into and are really struggling at.
just click some buttons and see what happens. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what Tesla does as well. And look at what bloody chaos happens then.
Yeah, that's just that. What we do is what.
That does that.
There you go.
That does that.
Percy, put Rob's random's comment up. My farmer says, "Who the hell are you?" Oh God,
that's the farmer he hasn't met yet.
Yeah.
Right, well, I wonder, can you do share screen on the free StreamYard, or do you need to be paying for it to have that option?
I think you have to pay for that.
Yeah, I've got all the duck races. I subscribe to it, so you can have all the different races. So one week we're going to do a duck, not a duck race, but maybe a zombie race or something. But we don't know how to share the screen. That's the thing. I think you've done it. You've done it, haven't you, Kev, in the past?
Yeah, I've got it on there. The best thing to do is to have a practice offline. You can do a test, but you don't have. You can do a test, but not go live. If you saw it.
Yeah.
So if I hit share,
we did a couple of tests yesterday, didn't we, Perce? But we weren't live.
Share screen.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's easier with two monitors. Share screen.
A little box will pop up.
Chrome tab. Select. Right, have I cut you off or are you still there?
No, we're still here.
Right, so is that coming up as a shared screen?
No.
Hang on.
You've got to share and then share your screen and run the duck race on your browser.
Yeah, when you click share screen, there you go.
That's it.
Cool. This is my theme music for my intro, the chorus.
Oh, is it?
Oh, there it is.
Cheers, Marcus.
Right, so kill that. StreamYard. And
you press that button.
Stop screen. Oh, look, this is bloody clever, this is.
Smoking music.
Apart from Kev's gone. No, yeah, get out of it.
Listen, guys, I've got to go. I only popped on to say hi and wish you luck with your live stream.
Cheers, Kev. Thanks for coming
I'm a bit tired, so I'll catch you all later on the next one.
Thanks for dropping by, Kev.
See you later, guys.
See you, mate. Cheers. Ah, nice one. First guest in.
Absolutely. Right. Well, it's pushing 8 o'clock. Oh, I know what's going to happen now. The dog's going to start howling to go out. Can you just hold the fort for a moment or two?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
And then we'll have a look at doing these giveaways, shall we?
Yeah. You go, and then when you come back, I'll go because I need to go and have a fag quickly. All right. So Marcus has gone. How many have we got in chat now? Let's have a look. I don't even know. Private chat. Comments. you're in the show. Oh, there we go. Anyone else coming in for a chat?
Right. Short but sweet. 19 in, 19 thumbs up, says Mr. Clayton.
Nice one. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of the chat. Oh, God. So many comments. Oh, new comments. There we go. Hey, Dino. Sorry I'm late, guys. How are we all? Yeah, hi, Dino. How you doing, mate? We're just doing a warm-up for your show later. Yeah. Dino, if you want to come on for a minute, it's up to you. Percy, do you want to send the link?
Yeah.
Hey, Didi, if you and Perch want to go out on a field, let me know. Oh, right, yeah, you're the Raven Hearts. You and Perch want to go out on a field, let me know. Yeah, cool. Does he mean purse? Hi, Didi. If you and Perch, does he mean purse? I need to also be not spicy and get it delivered. Time I says Lady Boy is then. That's Rob Random for you. So funny, that bloke. Yeah, Raven.
Where are you, Ravenheart?
Ravenheart. I don't know. Is he in Teignmouth? Because he said he had a. He said he had a fake. I can't find the comment now. It's something to do with a fake coin. Was it a fake William III or something? I think he said it was
contemporary forgery type thing.
I don't know, but I think he said he was in Teignmouth Beach or something. He said I've been there before. And me. Oh yeah.
Don't forget, John. He's down there in Devon, of course. Dog's going crazy.
Yeah. Oh, is it Ravenheart Detects is in Newton Abbot? Well, hey, doesn't Percy Cat?
Newton Abbot, that's only up the road from Payton, isn't it?
Yes. No worries, Dino. Yeah, Kev was the same. Yeah, my missus is upstairs with my little ones. Say that again, Percy, sorry?
Newton Abbot, that's only up the road from Payton, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
up the way going up towards the M5, isn't it?
It's about 6 miles from here. It's before the M5, but yeah. Well, I can get there in 10 minutes from here now on the new road. But yeah, Raven, if you wanna invite me onto one of your fields, give us a shout. I'll send you my email address anyway. Can you put that up, Perce? Can you do the scroll along the bottom, Perce, with the
yeah.
With our emails?
Haven't we?
Traeger Mills is still there, yeah. Oh yeah, there it is.
Right, we've got 3 in 1 there. Hokum93@live.com, that's my email. Precision2012@btinternet.com, that's Daz's email, and then at Devon Digger Daz, that's the Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. No worries, Dino. Yeah, we'll see you later at 10 o'clock, mate, on yours. So yeah, right, okay, Percy, do you want to just hold a minute while I just nip out?
Yeah.
Be back in a minute, all right? I just want to make myself a cup of tea, all right?
Yeah, no problem at all. Okay, metalheads, this is our very first live broadcast. Do we come back on and do it again on a regular basis? From talking with Daz, we'd like to really try and keep the chat dedicated to metal detecting, and it's going to need raising different issues within the hobby. So if there's anything that you'd like us to do a presentation on, a chat on forthcoming broadcasts, if you want us to go ahead again, let us know. Well, there's Positivity coming up from Hampshire. Thank you, Paul. And thanks for popping on the test that I did the other evening, mate, just to make sure that I've got a bit of a handle on things. Be a pleasure to have you on a future show if we get that far. Oh, God, what we got here? What about chat on drugs and booze, Percy? Booze? Yeah, I've not touched the chemistry set in, oh, bloody hell, 6-7 years now. Don't even smoke the wacky backy anymore. It fries my head too much. Now, I've just seen, where are we? We've got Mark, Treasure Nation. I did pick up, you were on a chat or something the other night, and you were asking about identifying Roman coins. Well, I've got something here that might be of interest to you. Let me just hit out the full screen. Look, a couple of my books here. That's the one you want. The History of Roman Coinage in Britain. And there is a partner book to go with it. Is the history of medieval coinage in England. Now these are 25 quid a bung. Your Roman coinage book travelled right through the periods of Roman occupation from the invasion until the 4th century, where you got the House of Constantine and beyond. And I think that all the pictures in the book are size for size. It gives you maps of distribution of finds of where in the country those particular coins have been found. Absolute cracker of a book. And the same with your medieval coinage of England. So obviously your hammered coins are a lot smaller than some of those thumping great big Romans. But there again, in this one, you've got the distribution maps of where they've been found across the country. Now the medieval coinage, that was a Christmas present to me. And the Roman book I bought when I first started detecting, because I thought, yeah, I want to find Romans. And all I find is grotty old Cisterciuses and Dupondiuses that have got barely any image left on them. Oh, God. We're playing the numbers game already. Well, it ain't a numbers game like that tonight. It's a numbers game that you've got to do some thinking about. That's what we're going to be having. Those books, I picked those up from my local metal detecting shop, the one that's based in Birmingham.
I'm back now, plus.
On their website. They're all bloody playing the numbers game already.
Yeah, I know, I've seen that. Jason started it off. It's a quiz, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Just give Daz a moment.
Hello. Right, yeah, I'll match you on that purse. I've got two. Where is it? I've got two little 16th century soldiers to give away as well. So we'll put them in with a pot pencil and whatever you're going to give away, yeah?
Right, so that'll be one prize. The two figures together.
Yeah.
Yeah. The composite cleaning pencil will be
That'll
a
be
prize.
That can be the top prize. Yeah.
Yeah. And as the third prize is the medieval English longbowman.
I think they should be the second prize because they're a bit better than these.
White at arms.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Okay.
Right. So,
and Percy,
how we're going to do this?
that's the booby prize.
The great pair of boobies on that Buddha.
Yeah. Talking Buddha. Right, go on then.
Right. So, how we're going to do this is because we're metal detecting and we're history, we're going to test your historical knowledge and work it into a numbers game.
They do look like Vietnam soldiers, actually, Rob. You're right, but they're not, mate. They're from the Battle of Agincourt. They've got like a bow. He's holding a bow, and there's his arrows there at the back. I made these out of pewter. After watching Kev do it, I thought I'd give it a go. But anyway, yeah, carry on. Sorry, Percy.
Right. So 3 prizes, 3 questions. I'll ask you the question, and it'll take you a minute or two to get to the answer. But when you got the answer, type it into the chat. Let's give it a go, right? For the pewter figures of Daz's,
Yeah.
I want you to take the date of the Battle of Hastings, the date of the Battle of Agincourt, add the two together, and put your answer in the chat. Now, there's going to be some frantic Googling going on now.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the Battle of Hastings, you shouldn't even be on here for a start.
According to Wikipedia, the Battle of Agincourt was an English victory in the Hundred Years' War. It took place on the
1977.
God, that was punk rock was out in 1977, mate. No, we're looking for a bit higher than that.
Yeah, I've got it.
We want a bit higher than what you've got there, Scott. Our dirt diggers.
Percy, are you adding both dates together?
I'm adding the Battle of Hastings date
1066
and the Battle of Agincourt
Okay.
date. Scott, you are damned close.
Yeah.
Have another go at that.
John Clayton, you're slightly out. I think we've got a winner. Percy.
Oh, yeah.
Crafting McGurty. Mandy, yeah. Well done, Rob. You got it right as well.
2481. Mandy, well spotted there.
All right, Mandy, if you email me your address and I'll post these out to you this week. All right, so you've won them 2 figures, pewter figures. Okay, lovely.
Okay, so the next prize will be my responsibility to post out. Now, these are 50% pewter, 50% lead, because I'm a bloody skinflint and I want to use up the lead I find detecting instead of buying loads of pewter. But they give fine enough detail.
Welcome to MDL. MDL's in the house. Gertie, the math genius. Is a Russian allowed to be a knobhead? Asking for a friend, can't see well.
So the first winner is Mandy. Okay, so your history question for the second prize is take the Battle of Hastings date and add it to the date of the Battle of Waterloo. Are we looking for a a 4-figure number on that.
The Battle of Waterloo.
According to Wikipedia, the Battle of Waterloo was fought Sunday the 18th of June 1815 near Waterloo, Belgium, part of the United Kingdom of the Netherlands at the time.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
Great. Scott, Mark Metal Detecting Lincolnshire. Good to see you in the house, my friend. I've just turned you blue, hit you up as a moderator. Thanks for tipping us off that was the first thing that we needed to do.
I don't believe it.
How many prizes do you want, Mandy?
Oh, no, yeah, come on.
But on my screen, I've got Ravenheart Detects. No, oh, sorry. We've got Mandy.
Is she allowed to win again, is she?
What do you reckon, Mandy? Are you going to take 2 prizes, or are you happy with the prize from Daz and let somebody else have a div on it?
Someone's saying the Battle of Hastings was in 1812. I've got it as 1815, 18th of June, 1815 on my Google.
1815 was the Battle of Waterloo.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
Battle of Hastings was 1066.
Yeah, I was going to say. Can I give the prize to someone else?
Mandy, that's very kind of you. So
somebody who's got the right answer then.
Next that followed Mandy is 2881.
Oh no, it was Ravenheart.
Ravenheart.
Right, okay.
Hey Ravenheart, if you can email me, that's the Hokum93 at live.com on the banner at the bottom. If you can email me your postal address, and I'll get those posted out to you.
So 4 got it right. Janine, who's a friend of mine, she got it right. Scotty at Dirt Diggers got it right. Crafting McGurty got it right. And Ravenheart's got it right. So good, 4 people got it right. Right, okay, so the next prize is, this is the top prize, is composite cleaning pencil. Graham sent me this. He sent me a few actually. So yeah, you want to take it away first?
Okay. So you should be pretty speedy on this one because we've had various elements of it before. For the composite cleaning pencil, we want the date of the Battle of Agincourt plus the date of the Battle of Waterloo. And if you've won already, you can't win again.
What have I got on here? Right, okay, I've got the answer here. I got it right. Oh, did you get it right, Scott? Scott Owen said he got it right as well. Thank you so much, Mandy. Thank you as well for letting me have the win. Cool. Right. I don't know if the urge you did the pass. Oh, hang on.
Here we go.
Yeah. Well done, Treasure Nation.
Yeah, we have a taker. Bang on. Mark, Treasure Nation.
Yeah.
3230.
Heavy Metal Detective, 3231. Well, you're one out there, buddy. Yeah, Treasure Nation, if you email me at precision2012btinternet.com, I'll get this posted to you this week, buddy, all right? And I'll put some stickers in with the other prizes as well. So I've got my stickers and a few others, and I'll chuck a sticker pack in there as well. Well done, buddy. Right, well,
that seemed to work pretty well, considering we hadn't got a duck race and we haven't got a numbers game, and a combination of what can we come up with.
Well, when we do the next when we do the next one first, I'll do it from my end because I've got the duck race app thing, so it's got all the races on there. But we'll have to work out how to do the screen sharing thing. I think it'd be more fun as well with the, you know, if we do it differently each week, we'll do a
Yeah,
race one week and then a quiz another week or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, perhaps we ought to do a quiz as well one time. Get some questions down. Get all them history buffs looking in their books and that.
It weren't the questions that made your headache, it was your bloody wallpaper, Mr. Random.
Yeah. That made my headache. I like the quiz, Treasure Nation. Yeah, we'll do a proper quiz, like, you know, maybe in a couple of weeks or something. You can change your screens if you want, Percy, and make them a little smaller.
Yeah. Oh. I found that button there, Mark.
Hi, Dee Dee.
But
welcome to the chat.
We haven't got a subscription to StreamYard, so we can't put a background on it. So it's leaving it as a big chunk of black at the back. So.
Oh right, yeah, of course, yeah.
So that way we just got two of the best looking metal detectorists in the country on screen for you, haven't we, mate?
Yeah. How many discs are on Rob Random's wallpaper? Depends what he's been smoking, to what he can see on there. But I bet it'll take him a while to count them. Put a picture up, Rob, and put a picture on Facebook or something of your wallpaper, and we can do a quiz like that, and we'll all have a look. So we've got 16 left in the chat now. We've got about 45 minutes left.
Don't know what we went up to.
I think we went up to 22, so that's not too bad, is it?
For a pilot show, it's pretty reasonable, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Obviously, we get a bit more professional at it as we get on. We can't be doing too rude stuff because it's before the watershed. So we're sort of limited to when I say rude stuff, you know what I mean. Like Jason and all them, they have a laugh and stuff. But
it's Sunday chill out session, isn't it?
Yeah,
everyone's had the weekend. You've got either been out to the pub at the weekend or been on the more high octane chat shows. We just sort of wind it down for a bit, lead into Dino, and then it's back to the bloody grind tomorrow with work.
Yeah, I ain't going into work till 10:30. So, yeah, thanks, Gertie. I got your email, Mandy, and I'll post that out to you. Just received your email. Thanks. I'm just waiting for who was the other winner? Raven Hearts, wasn't it? Was it the composite pencil? Brandon, you can download the background. Oh, can you?
Yeah. So
I still got the difference between a Dino Detect, and Devon Digger Daz. What's that mean? I still do. So wear the same shirts. Yeah, we do. Well, yeah, because we were both sort of. I think Dino's a couple of years older than me. I'm 51. I think he's 53, and we were both into scooters. I think Dino's still into scooters now, but when I was younger, growing up, I was into the mob thing and that. And this is a Ben Sherman op-art shirt, if you like. So yeah, I tend to sort of like this sort of gear. I think Dino likes his Fred Perry's and that, doesn't he?
You're talking to a bloke that used to own a Lambretta Li Series 2, 150, 1961, with the big bulbous front mudguard.
Yeah.
Used to ride scooters for 10 years or so, Vespa Primavera 125, and I know where the chopper called Alien from the 1980s is in somebody's lock-up garage, and I'm sure I could get first refusal on that.
Yeah?
That's a beast of a machine.
My first one was a Lambretta Li 125, like the one Jimmy had in Quadrophenia. But the thing was, it just kept, you drive it with the road and bits were flying off all over the place. So I got rid of that, and I got myself a Vespa, a Vespa 150 Super. I've got a picture of it somewhere. It was a yellow rust bucket, and I did it all up metallic blue with white pipelines around it, and that, and I had that for a while. But then I got rid of that and got a car because it was, you know, you don't get wet in a car. But yeah, I love scooters. I'd have another one, only if I won one.
Oh,
On the
you see the price of them now. You pick yourself up an original 1960s Lambretta, and you're going to be paying £4,000 to £6,000 for it.
There's a shop in Payton actually, Perth, on Winner Street, and they've got like I think they've got about 15 in the shop, and they're all Lambrettas, and they're not cheap, five grand upwards. But I might try winning one on Aspire competitions because they're always doing them, aren't they?
Don't know. I don't look into the competition sort of.
I know it's on Facebook, so you wouldn't know, would you? If you call it.
No. Me and Facebook parted company a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, metal detecting Lincolnshire. I've gone into brands and background, and I've got the option of add a background, but it's throwing up at me, customize your background. You need to pay some money and buy the fuller version of StreamYard to be able to put your own backgrounds on there.
I mean, it's $10 a month, isn't it? Whether that's worth doing for two lives a month, I don't know. I'll have to think about it and see.
But we can always go halves on it, can't we?
Yeah, what happened to your Facebook group, Does? I can't find it. Oh. I don't know, mate.
There we go. That's telling me.
Pay for it.
Well, now that we're trying to work out a bit of a formula that might work, then it's probably worth investing in.
£20 a month, but you get more features. When I looked at it, Mark, it was $10 a month. It was saying so. Unless you're on about the top one, I think this was the middle one. There was the free one, then there was the middle one, and then there was a top one that you could buy. But the one I looked at was I think it was $10 a month. Ah. Right, hang on. I'll just.
Well, it weren't worth splashing out on if we weren't going to use it, but this is going to become a regular thing, Daz, if we can provide a bit of entertainment every other weekend on a Sunday night, then it's got to be worth dipping in the pockets for, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the middle one. It's still there. He's 500 or 600 members. I don't know, Jason. I didn't know if you were a member or not, mate, but I can't even find you at the moment. I'll have a look into it, mate, later on. But yeah. He said it's £20 a month. You get more features. Is it? I just invited you. Oh right, okay. Hi, Lex. Are you watching the show? Oh right.
So what do your daughters think of your debut of performance then?
I don't know. I've only got one of them living with me. The others are older. They've left home years ago. What do you think, Lex? Has it been good up to now?
Yeah.
Is your friend watching it as well?
No, she's bed.
She's what?
She's gone bed.
She's gone to bed. Right, okay. I'll have to speak to my other daughter, see what she thinks. But yeah, I think it's been all right up to now, hasn't it? Went too bad. Jason sent you an invite. Jason sent you Daz invite. But yeah, obviously, as we get on, and we've done a few shows, it'll obviously get a bit better. And,
Yeah.
You know.
It's
£8 a month and get everything, but you have to keep the logo.
That's that silly duck thing in the corner, isn't it?
I'm going to Rob. Rob random next detective for me, high banking up together, smelly feet random. Smelly feet random. Oh dear. They make me laugh. Right, okay. What's this? Oh, right, yeah, approve. Approve all. Jason. I don't know which Jason we're on about. Got to go, guys. Catch you later. I emailed you both.
Right,
No
Bernard,
problem.
thanks for dropping in and joining us this evening. It's great to have some support on our first live.
Yeah. Cool. It's not the foot smell that you should worry about, Tez. Summer detective I'm going to, but this time I'm meeting up Rob. No, streamer Brandon is in your stream. Right, got to go, lads. The tea's committed, and I've got to try and salvage it. No worries, Jace. Thanks for coming in, mate. My cat. I don't know what to do. I had my dinner at 5:30.
Yeah, I had an early meal to prepare for this. So all the talk of these detecting festivals that are coming up in the spring and summer, anything that you're thinking of going to, Daz?
Tricky one, really. It depends on work and stuff, but I'd like to go to the first one. I'm not so keen on the September one, only because of the weather. But you can't guarantee the weather in the first one, can you? But I don't know. I'll have to see. It depends where it is, Percy. I don't want to be driving 6 hours to go on a dig for the weekend and have to drive 6 hours back. I could have gone to the summer one, really, because it was it in Wiltshire?
Well, that ain't too far off.
No,
away.
Wiltshire. Yeah, no, if the one last summer, the September one, I think it was in Wiltshire, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at Sod in Chipbury, wasn't it? Chip in Sodbury.
Yeah, that's not too far. That's
Gloucestershire sort of way.
yeah, it's not that far. It's just obviously it's an hour past Bristol, so it's about 2.5 hours. So I wouldn't mind sort of something that driving time, but if it's sort of Norfolk way or somewhere like that, I don't think I'll be going because it's just going to be too far.
Right, we've got a thumbs up backstage. Let's add our next guest into the stream.
Who we got?
Right.
Hey Meadow, Colin, how you doing?
Hi, buddy.
What's going on, man? Yeah, I want to sing y'all a song. All the other kids that are named Alex. Oh, I've got bad feedback.
Solid again, Jason.
Who's the original by Pumped Up Kid Kick?
I've got bad feedback. It's like 15 seconds later, so.
What time of day have you got there? You're going to be a good 5-6 hours behind us, are you? We're 8 p.m.
Yeah, I'm 5 hours. 5.
So what? It's about 3 o'clock then.
5 hours.
So, any
Let me call right back in, all right?
Okay, no worries.
Stupid Bluetooth.
All the way from America.
Yeah, call us from America. Hey,
Yeah.
taking off, mate. It's taking off.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, Percy. We'll have to see where it is and go from there. Are you planning on going up to any of them?
I'm looking, but without Facebook, I'm having difficulties with finding dates of things because everything's really advertised on Facebook. But I'm sure word will get out.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's been said yet. Not that I've seen.
How's your sound now, Colin?
Okay, when I say 1, you say 1. 1?
1.
Yeah, it's still off. Hey, I'm going to go grab my broke Mind Lab like Mark has. Or no, that's not even Mark. That's Devin Digger.
Yeah.
You get a headset on.
I got these from Home Bargains.
Let me go get a headset. I'll call back.
Yeah.
Oh dear, it's back. Yeah, so I haven't seen anything about dates or where it might be at the moment first, but I am keeping an eye out on it.
I watched a few videos from festivals last year, and what looked to be the best ground that they had was the Rodney Cook.
Yeah.
They hit onto my bucket list as when they were at the Rodney Cook. I like my medieval coins, like the hammered coins, but I'd give up my whole box full of finds for Anglo-Saxon.
All right, yeah, Anglo-Saxon.
The period of history that really I do identify with. That's the building of England.
Yeah, post-Roman.
Saxon period. I think I've got a couple of Saxon finds.
Yeah.
But I've never had them identified. I've got my little case here. Let me see if I can grab them out without knocking my Ribena over. I'm keeping an eye out for HMD dropping back in on us.
Is it March, the detectable, is it?
They do the two, don't they? There's spring and summer.
Yeah, I wouldn't call September summer really, but I suppose we did have good weather last September, right up through, didn't we?
Right. I don't know how well these are going to come across on the camera. Right, you got it now, Colin? How's your sound now? Any better?
You all sound great. Are we good? When I say one, you say one. One. Yeah, we got it now. It's my Bluetooth. I don't know why they do that, man. I charge them up and put them in. They don't work. For some reason, there's always like a 10-second barrier. But yeah, I'm glad you're going live, Percy. That's cool on a Sunday.
Well, thanks very much, Colin. It was a bit of a nervous thing to do between Daz and myself of whether we'd be able to pull a show off, but
it's not been too bad, has it?
We've got a few in. We've got yourself and from America. We've had Marlon in from Canada, so we're an international.
He's up there. Oh, Marlon, he's right up there above me.
Yeah, he is.
Not on that porch, but he's a good dude, man. Now we need more Sunday streams, anyways. You know.
Well, it's a relaxing day of the weekend, isn't it? It's all the partying finish Friday and Saturday, and then a chill out Sunday session before you're back to work on Monday. So
yeah,
I think
I envy all of you guys, man. And I mean, I follow all the knobheads, so of course I'm a weirdo, but I like watching you guys, man. You all and ladies, you all find just the coolest stuff, man. And that's why I tune in. Like, I'm a prospector by heart as far as hobby. I like going out and finding gold, but when it comes to metal detecting, yeah, I can go out and find a silver coin, but watching you guys, Daz, Percy, all of you, man, Mark, Treasure Nation, even Rob Random, even though he doesn't detect, I love watching you guys find hammers, find, these coins that are 500 years old. I think it's so cool, man. I envy it, really.
That's why we do it, isn't it, Purse? Because you just get a buzz out. You get a buzz out of it.
Metallic history here in Great Britain that it goes back 3, 4, maybe 5,000 years. If you're heading back into the Bronze Age for spearheads and axe heads, that it's all here on such a little island as well.
Yeah, it's like, gosh, I'm sorry, I can't recall because I watched so many channels who found a axe head that was, oh man, I want to say like 1,000 years old. I just recall somebody finding an axe head, and like I just found one last summer, and it's my best find ever. But the axe head that I found was like 100 years old. But it's cool, but it's not that cool. You know what I mean?
I think Addicted to Bleeps found a hoard of axe heads, didn't he?
It might have been. I follow Future Bleeps too, so it could have been him. I'm not sure.
Addicted to bleeps, Chris.
Oh, addicted to? No, I don't follow that channel. It was somebody else. It was a really cool looking like old battle axe, you know, like something you'd fight with, not chopping trees.
All right, got it. Yeah, cool.
It was one of you guys. It was one of the folks that I follow, the names that I see, you know, from your streams, but I can't recall which channel.
So what state are you in, Colin?
I'm in Indiana, in the Midwest of America. I'm pretty much like a mile away from downtown Louisville, Kentucky, where the big horse race is, Churchill Downs, Kentucky Derby.
The Derby, as we call it, Derby in America.
The Derby.
Yeah.
The Derby. Hey, we hosted the Queen there. It was about 20 years ago. I was around 23, 24, 25, somewhere around there. And I just remember like they announced the Queen was coming to Louisville, and it was a big thing. It was in the front page of the page or the newspaper, the Courier Journal. And it was like, don't look her in the eye. There was all kinds of rules. And these two dudes, man, or like three, there was like a crowd, and they said something that was really off-putting towards the Queen. And they were like, hey, guess what? Like the people around was like, guess what? Pop! And they pretty much lynched the dudes, and the Queen just kept walking like she didn't know what was going on. I thought that was really cool. God save the Queen.
So what history around your state then? Was it any Civil War battles in your?
There's a couple Civil War, like where there was one skirmish, I can say, and I don't know if you all follow B. Higgles or Ohio River history, Shane.
Yeah.
They've talked about meeting up. B. Higgles has an area where we're supposed to meet up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to meet up with those guys because I'm supposed to be going to California anytime right now. I was supposed to be there pretty much yesterday, but weather's kind of held it off because of snow. But there has been small skirmishes. I've been to a place in Kentucky. I didn't find anything there, but we do have a little bit of history up north here. It's not like states like Alabama or Virginia, pretty much all the southern states. That's where you find a lot of the three ringers and really cool Civil War artifacts.
I've got friends on MeWe. It's like Facebook MeWe, but it's used by a lot of Americans. It's not really caught on here in England, but I've got friends down in Bama, and that's a real rebel state down there, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I'd like to go down there and detect, man. Of course, I'd like to go down there and hang out.
If I was to head to America, I'd head to the southern states. I think they make me really welcome down there.
I'd want to go out with Aquachigger.
Yeah.
He's top man. He finds lots of stuff, doesn't he?
He's done everything all across America. I watched him with the guy that I bought my 2 mine labs from, Nugget Shooter Journals. He's a prospector, but Aquachigger just went and met him, and he brought out that new Garrett detector, the Goldmaster.
Yeah.
I guess it's the White's Goldmaster, but Garrett redesigned it and put it back out, and he was testing it out, and he found some good stuff. So I just watched him. I like Aquachigger. I didn't follow him for a long time. I always follow, I don't know, I guess smaller channels, but I finally gave in to Aquachigger a few months ago, and I'd watched him back in the day, but I had never subscribed to him. But he puts out a lot of good stuff. He really does.
He certainly does. Yeah.
And he finds great stuff. I watched him in Detectable, actually. That was another reason that I subscribed to him, because he was over with a hot English chick that's blonde. I don't know her name, but God, she's hot.
Was it?
Some hot English chick. You all know her. I know people in the chat know her.
Digger Dawn, are you thinking maybe?
No, not Digger Dawn. Nicola Mudlarker, Nicola.
She's a blondie hottie. I know that.
No,
yeah. You know, Percy, Nicola. She does mudlarking and all that
on the Thames, along the banks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably her, wasn't it? Because she was at Detectiveville. I've seen her there on someone's video. She is quite hot, to be honest.
I'm not sure her name, but I would know her face. Definitely.
Yeah, if I was to detect America on a Civil War battlefield, my number one bucket lister would be a Confederate uniform button or a
Yeah.
regimental badge.
I've always wanted to find a 3-ringer, and I bought one almost on an auction. I got outbid actually about 6 months ago, but it wouldn't be the same as actually finding one. You know, that would be so cool. But one day I'm going to do that. And I just got a Knox 600. I've always had the gold monster, and of course with prospecting, I want to find gold with it. But I've used it to relic hunt. There's a smaller coil, and there's no numbers, all this. So I've got to get out, and it's so cold here right now. I haven't got out to learn what those numbers mean, and like, oh, I got a 45. What does that mean most of the time? You know, is it a piece of foil or whatever? I haven't got to learn that, but now that I have that in my arsenal, I'm going to find a 3-ringer. I'm going to get those, and I can't wait to do it. You know, get those bucket lists.
So 3-ringers, they're quite a big caliber bullet, aren't they? Almost the size
I'm
of
not
a 50
sure the
caliber.
caliber. I want to say it was around 50 something caliber, but fact check me someone. But all I know is a 3-ring bullet, and they're yay big. So
Yeah, huge, great slug, aren't they?
now, if I was Rob Random, they would be yay big. You know, but this is me. It's yay big. Shout out to Rob Random, my lord.
That's it. Philip Wills saying, is it
Sorry.
Nicola White?
She's a good looking lady, Colin.
That doesn't sound familiar. It seems like it was Dig and Dawn. Now that you all said that earlier, I don't know. Hot blonde, really good looking. I was like, damn, chick, what are you doing? You know, who are you going to meet over in England? You know.
Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for joining us.
Cynthia's in the house as well. Hey,
Cynthia Swearingen?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know her. I'm not allowed to because of Rob Random. He doesn't let me talk to her.
You said her name right. I thought it was Cynthia Swearingen.
I only know that because of there was an HBO show, and there was a guy named Swearingen on there, and it was spelled the same way. If not, I would have said Swearingen.
No, you're right, because she messaged me and said it's Swear Engine.
Yeah.
Which
it's not spelled like engine, but guess what? You're all British. You all pronounce vitamin, so who knows?
vitamin.
Yeah, and quite how you make vehicle from vehicle, I don't know.
Yeah. I go back and forth with this when it comes to English and American pronunciation. Half the time you guys are right, half the time we are. Who knows? All
Tomato,
I know is yeah, exactly. I wish we could change Fahrenheit and Celsius and all that. We need to start following you guys, because it's like, oh, it's cold. It's 30 degrees Fahrenheit here, and you're all like, what does that mean? -2 or whatever. Yeah, I say deduct 30 degrees, but we need to get on the same page, and my country is holding us back. We are.
Well, we still work in miles as you do, whereas the rest of Europe, they're all into kilometres.
Kilometres, yeah.
Really?
All,
I had no idea.
When we were part of the European Union and we were supposed to use metric measurements, we always kept the pint in the pub. You didn't go and buy half a litre of beer or a litre. Like in Germany, you get the big steins of a litre beer. We always kept the English pint. We always kept our sterling currency rather than taking the euro. And thankfully, we gave the EU the boot and have come out on our own again.
Yeah, that was that happened about a year ago, right?
Yeah, and since then everything's gone up in price. On it, purse.
Well, everything's going up in price worldwide. I do watch quite a lot of prepper channels that come out of America. Rudy, that runs Alaska Prepper, he's absolutely massive. And John, that runs Prepper Nation. And the world ain't going back to how it was. There's going to be long-term food shortages hitting everybody for a hell of a long time. I think the most important channel that I watch is oh crikey, what does he call himself now? Ice Age Farmer. A guy called Christian runs Ice Age Farmer, and
really?
he does worldwide reports on global changes. Not in the respect of global warming, that we're entering into a grand solar minimum, where food production in the northern hemisphere, the States, Canada, Europe, is all going to decline, and how things are going to move back into the fertile crescent of biblical times and across Central Africa. How they're building new dams across the desert in Africa, where they can trace old river valleys that have flown through Africa before. There's big changes ahead, and I think all this COVID's been some kind of cover to try and get people adapted into what's to come.
They're trying to get all our treasures and have us, trade a can of pears for that silver coin or whatever. I'm joshing right there, but it's all bullcrap. But I do think that those times are coming, so it's good to learn a certain set of skills like bushcrafting or whatever, just in case, or some people will say it's hoarding, but putting back food or whatever, I think it's very important for anyone to do, because when COVID started, all right, this is right before the variant that you guys did, that's what they said over here in the news. And now it's the Omicron, which came from South Africa, which is bullcrap also. It's like, who knows? We're human. We make it ourselves.
Yeah.
But it didn't come from England, all right? Why do they say that? But anyways, it's like they're putting this on the news, and we see this. Well, guess what? Shit hits the fan, and all of a sudden, the toilet paper's gone. All right?
Yeah.
And we as Americans go, oh, God, we can't wipe our butt.
Yeah.
Come on. Butt's okay to say over there, right?
Yeah.
But it's people lose their shit.
40,000 toilet rolls.
Yeah. Some dude in there with the whole thing, and a lady goes up, why are you buying all toilet paper? I don't have any for my family. Well, guess what? You should have got it, but really at the end of the day, I say to people, just live life normally. Don't listen to that bull crap, because it's going to instill in your mind, hey, we got to go do this. You really don't have to, but go ahead and prepare yourself just in case. You gotta heat your home, learn how to make that fire out of candles, put those candles back just in case. It's not going to last for 6 months, because we're humans. We have to get back to life, right? So if it does hit the fan, just be prepared for it, but don't go out and take up everything,
Yeah. I've just put one up on the screen. Terry Wallace, don't bring politics into the show, guys. I totally agree, Terry, and I don't think we are talking politics. We're not affiliated to any kind of party, left or right. We're just sort of talking life skills and how the world's changing. But I do concede that, yes, we have gone off topic somewhat of metal detecting.
It's my fault. Blame me.
Hey, man, it's cool. It's cool.
Just seen a comment there. It's not a trunk, it's a boot.
Oh yes, the trunk
of
the car. It's the boot.
A boot to us is like you put a boot on your shoe or on your foot, But I know that you all call it a boot. Like when I hear somebody say, "Oh, you got to put it in the boot," I understand what it means. But over here, they're like, "Put it in the trunk." Who knows who's right?
An elephant has a trunk, he says. I can't see.
Yeah, an elephant has a trunk, and then it's like, okay, we put this in the trunk, which is something that you fold and collapse, and you have whatever in it. That's a trunk too. So we're wrong on that. It's a boot, America. It's a boot.
It's a boot.
But then again, we put a boot on our foot. So
Terry's comment. I'd give my Julie a boot. The bonnet is a hood. Yeah.
I don't
definitely-
know whether you've tried it. From your end, if you click on any of the comments on the chat,
I haven't yet, but I know how to. Yeah, I'm a
You try-
StreamYard legend, man. Over here, I have called in too many. I don't call into the English ones. It's a little bit earlier. Normally, I'm at work. So, but yeah. Oh, look at all these people talking. All my friends.
Scotty at Diggers UK says the bonnet is a hood. Weirdos. No, the bonnet is the bonnet. The hood is what's the hood? The hood's the top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what Robin Hood. He had one of them, didn't he?
Well, see, nowadays in America, the hood can be like an urban ghetto. You know, we're hanging in the hood.
In the
We're
hood,
hanging. Oh, are you hanging in the hood? You know.
Yeah. Put your hood up. Put your hood up.
Yeah. Put your hood up. But we're hanging in the hood with our hoods up.
So, Colin, what's your plans for the rest of Sunday?
I'm probably going to help my sister and brother move a few things, and I think that's about it, man, for right now. Just stay put, and hopefully within a week, kick rocks and do my thing. And kick rocks means leave Indiana.
Right.
Kick rocks.
Are you wanting me to kick rocks too? Since you're like,
No,
hey, what's the rest of your
What does kick rocks mean?
Try to think.
kick rocks means like leave.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Which that's another American thing you shouldn't say. What does kick rocks mean? If you kick rocks, you're not really leaving, you're just kicking rocks. But we say that.
It's just a quirk of language. From my understanding of the American accent is it comes from the Northern Irish, as the Irish migrants into America, and how that Northern Irish Ulster accent developed and became the American accent. That's the way
That's
I
definitely me. That's me. As far as like following my grandmother and grandfather or granddaddy, they were both Irish. So yeah, they started out in Wyoming. Like my great grandfather was straight up Irish. On my grandmother's side, he started the First Baptist Church of Wyoming, the First Baptist Church of Georgia after he moved when my grandmother was 6 or 7 years old. They were 100% Irish. And then my granddaddy was English, Irish, and I want to say Slavic. My last name is Bostic, Bostic. So if you look it up, it says English, but you know, I know I've got a little Czechoslovakian or something in there, but mainly Irish.
Eastern Europe.
But I think that's where, like you're saying, the accent comes from, I guess, you know.
And if you go out as far as the Russian side, the Eastern European side, the ancestry of those people is pretty much Norse. It's the Vikings.
The Vikings, yeah.
Travelled out from Scandinavia and picked into the riverways and got down into Eastern Europe. So there's a lot of Norse ancestry going out into Eastern Europe.
I would love to see my granddaddy's side if I could look it up and see everything about it. I've only been able to Google his last name, you know, to find out something. We didn't have a family tree on his side, but I would love to learn more about that. I only know from like my mother's side and you know what I mean?
I did tracing my family history at one point. We've got an ancestry website over here in England that bank holidays, you know, Easter, Christmas, they'll open it up free for the bank holiday weekend, and I managed to trace back to about the 1850s. I found an address in Oxfordshire, and we were travelling back from my parents down on the south coast, and I thought, well, we'll take a slight detour and go into this town and maybe find the street. The street had changed names. It had been, perhaps it was King Street and now it was Queen Street.
Right.
we'd be able to find the street more or less and narrow it down to perhaps 10 houses of where my great grandparents had lived. So we
That's cool, man.
pulled down this street, and there's a huge, great department store on the side of the road with my family name emblazoned on the livery across the front of it from my great grandparents that had set up this business in the mid 1800s there as a department store. It nearly knocked me to the floor to see my family name emblazoned there. It was absolutely crazy.
That's really neat, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you owned it? Like you wanted to walk in the business and go, hey,
Oh yeah,
this is mine?
we walked in, myself and the old lady. We walked in and we spoke to a few of the staff there and said, "Look, we've come to this town here to try and find a possible house that our relatives have lived in, and bang, now we're in this department store, and it was so many generations back that had founded this, and what had happened was the family line had gone out of it in perhaps the 1970s. They'd sold up to a different family, but because the store had been so established, they kept the livery to the place.
You got to keep the name.
And each of the items in there, they got the little paper price tags stuck to the bottom. So I bought a couple of ornate plates and dishes just because they got the family name on the price ticket stuck on the bottom, and kept one for myself and gave one to my father as a present because it's his lineage that had passed down to that.
Was that the original
I bet he
building?
enjoyed that.
Sorry, Dad?
Was it the original building then?
Oh, yeah. And it still stands.
So it's a Victorian building?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Still standing now.
Well, you all build them well, apparently. They tear them down over here after 100 years, at the most.
I don't know.
You
some
build a lot
here.
for lumber in America, don't you? It's bricks and mortar or stone here in Britain. There's a lot of lumber builds in America. Is that right?
Yeah, and if you look at like River Sticks, Tommy, he's delivering wood. No pun intended, but he's delivering wood, and he's making a lot of money off of it, you know? So
he goes live sometimes when he's driving, doesn't he?
Yeah.
When he's out delivering, he's got to go
He's
thousands of miles.
a tiny man, from what I hear. He's a tiny man. Me and Tezza, we talked about that one night on the stream. Hopefully Tezza's still in here. That's another guy that I like watching, man.
Yeah, he's here. Terry's here.
Oh man.
Yeah,
he's
I
a
love
legend.
that guy.
He's a top man. He is. Like Terry.
Yeah, my
I don't even recall.
I haven't got a fancy metal detector. I've just got a Garrett Ace, but it's finding me some wonderful things, and I've kind of
that was the first detector I bought, man. And I went to California the first time, and it got stolen, man. That and I paid $140 for a Garrett Carrot. So I had bought that, thinking I'm gonna find all this gold, but it was like a midlife, hey, I'm gonna go into this type deal and vacation. This is before I knew anyone out there and doing the farming thing that I do now. But my first trip out there, my Garrett Ace 250 got stolen, and my Garrett Carrot got stolen. It was bad. I was really, really ticked off, man, over that. But it will find whatever you need, you know.
You walk
It's
over
like,
it, that bell tone, ding, ding, ding. You know you've got a target.
Yeah. If I can find a piece of lead, I can find whatever else, you know. If I can find a piece of lead way down deep, but that's like I'm saying before I got the 600, which I haven't really tested. I was using the Gold Monster, and I don't have 88 popping up or what is this or anything. It's just like you get that bop, bop, bop. Okay, I'm going to dig it. And it's a Gold Monster, you know. So why does foil always ring up? And I swear to God right now, the first find that I had was gold foil. It was a ball of gold foil just compacted, and it was like 4 inches down right off of Bedrock Creek here in Indiana. and I'm like, oh my God, I found an old piece of gold, you know, and it's wobble popping. That's what anybody that has a gold monster knows. Wobble pop. That's what gold is. Well, it wobble popped and I found foil. So it'll throw you off, but you got to dig any target regardless. So who cares about numbers? You know, just dig it.
It's conductivity of metals. It's something I don't understand. There's electrical conductivity. If you put an electric current through gold or silver or copper, it will travel fast through it. But it's conductivity of the signal that the detector sends out and receives back, that gold, lead, and aluminium aren't such good conductors. That's why you get a lower number.
Yeah.
On silver from a metal detecting signal is a high conductor. That's why you'll get a high number out of it. That's as
right.
much as I've been able to understand of it so far in. But hey, what a fantastic hobby we've got.
I'm telling you, it's so much fun too. I mean, I see these people magnet fishing, and that looks fun too. I would much rather metal detect, but when it comes to treasure hunting, I think that's instilled in us as children. You know, you read Treasure Island or whatever, it's like you want to find that, and it's like a Christmas present regardless. And that's the way I treat the gold monster. It's, what is it? Yeah, it's giving me this wobble pop. Oh, it's going to be a piece of aluminum, but it might be this, you know. Oh, is that a meteorite? I don't know. And that's what makes it a cool hobby. You know, we can make money off of it too. You find the right hammered, or over there, or you find the right Civil War relic over here. Most of us are going to keep it, but at the same time, if you find 2 or 3 of them, guess what? 2 and 3 are going to get sold off, and it has a monetary value. So our hobby can pay us, and I think it's cool to actually watch people too do that. You know, whether it's raining. If it was raining today, I might be watching you, Daz, Percy. I might be watching you all go out and do the same hobby, you know, and I get just as much fun even without a monetary value off of it, you know?
It's the history, isn't it? And seeing other people doing exactly what you do, and you just pick up a different tip off watching somebody's video, the way that somebody's swinging, or some idea that they give you about how they're working their detector, or how you might better your skills at it, and the community that we seem to have built up. I'm pretty new to this YouTubing.
Jeez.
What's that, an aeroplane?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a loud motorcycle. I was like, geez. Very loud. That road is like 200 yards over there, so he must have had a muffler issue. What do y'all call a muffler in England?
Exhaust pipe.
Exhaust. Yeah. It is an exhaust.
Or a silencer. Yeah. I mean, I've had my YouTube channel for 13, 14 years when I first became internet savvy, and never did anything with it. I've recorded a few. I've been to air shows and recorded some planes fly by, and a few music concerts and recorded bands, but never used it in all that time. But the last 8-9 months, since I decided to perhaps have a go at this metal detecting, and been uploading on a weekly, if not fortnightly basis, it's good fun. I'm building friends out of it. It's really cool. Great people chatting with.
I'm very glad that you're doing it, Percy, honestly. I'm gonna roll a cigarette real quick, but yeah, I'm very glad that you're doing it, man. It's really cool watching you guys do what you do over there.
Hey, now there's a difference in words. If you were in England, you wouldn't say you were rolling a cigarette. You'd say you were rolling a fag. But in America, if you were rolling a fag, you'd be doing something completely different.
Yeah.
In America, if you say you're rolling a fag, you'd get canceled. So you get in trouble over that. Rolling a fag in America is basically like you're jumping a gay person. So you have to say, I'm rolling a cigarette.
Right, I'm just going out for a fag then.
Yeah.
Right,
He's
guys,
waiting He's waiting
we
for me.
are now 1 minute off hitting a 2-hour schedule.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to roll on for another 10, 15 if we've still got 15 in the chat. So
Yeah, carry on. Yeah, I'm all right for 15 minutes.
yeah, you happy to stay on with us for a little while more, Colin?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I just need to
And,
visit the
and
little
to
room.
all
I'll
the
be back
English
in a
folk,
minute.
it's schedule, not schedule. I kid.
So is this your home that you're at the moment, Colin?
Yes.
Give us
Until
a pan
the
round
next 2
with the camera.
days.
Let's have a look.
Moving. What's that?
Give us a pan round. Let's have a look where you are.
This is a retaining wall right here. That's a bunch of river wood, which is really collectible. That's a ramp for the dog. And yeah, there's a cat that keeps bugging me. Food for the birds. Well, yeah, just an apartment complex.
Yeah.
You know, I can go out front and show you some cooler stuff. Last night, right out back here, not last night, the night before, there was 8 deer that just walked up through this parking lot. And it was like 2 doe, 2 button bucks, followed by 4 more big bucks, like 6, 8 pointers. I was like,
yeah.
what the heck? I'm just looking up. I'm smoking a cigarette out here looking up. It's like, damn. These guys spend all the time hunting them, and they're just walking right here.
Yeah. We got 5 or 6 different species of deer here in the UK, and they're all pretty small apart from the red deer. They can grow to quite a decent size. I work in woodland in forestry management.
Mm-hmm.
150 acres, which I guess in American terms is not much bigger than a football field, but for the UK,
150 acres. Well, I think an acre is an acre, but yeah, 150 acres is way bigger than a football field, I would imagine.
Well, it's 150, but the size of America to the size of Britain, 150 acres is a pretty large woodland in the UK. There's so much woodland got ripped out through the 2 world wars for timber supplies and fuel supplies and pit props and that. But the deer, you see them quite regular in our woodland, but they cause such devastation in eating the young trees and the regrowth. So my bosses sell the stalking rights to gun people that come in.
Oh, it's about to go down here. I mean, seeing that the other couple nights ago, it's just a warning to me to say to my friend that's on the town council here, hey man, you got to start hunting these things, because it's only a matter of time before a car hits one of them and it causes an accident. And we don't need that. And I'm sorry if I care about the animals or whatever. Guess what? There's too many of them. So we got to, take it down a bit.
It's management, isn't it? It's what it boils down to.
Yeah, it's what it is. I mean, if not, they're going to be out here doing God knows what, carjacking and everything. These deer are taking over.
There was a survey in the UK, perhaps going 5-10 years back, that was saying that the deer populations here are now as high as they were in the Bronze Age, because there's been lack of deer management and controlling them. And you can go for a drive down an A road, not a motorway, but a decent road, and there's deer carcasses at the side of the road, and you think of hitting that is going to smash up your motor, and if it comes through the windshield,
it's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Hey, here's I don't know why I thought about this, but you just said that, and there's some guy, he's called Side Neck or whatever. His neck's all messed up. The dude actually hit a moose in, I don't know, Canada or Northern America. He hit a moose. It went through the windshield, kicked the dude in the head, All right, beat the shit out of him, and just like
Sometime
his
again.
neck's all messed up. His neck's all messed up like this all the time. And he's famous now. He's like YouTube or whatever, TikTok famous. His name is Side Neck. That happened to him. He hit a damn moose. You know why? Overpopulation.
Yeah. Rob Random's on it. He said humans need culling. Bring on the purge. I think that's what they're trying already. But hey, look,
Don't get me first, Lord. Don't get first. Don't get me first, my Lord.
We're not meant to be getting political. We've already been told off for this.
How is it? Everything ends up political. I don't get that. Everything ends up political. Oh well, I don't like the way you feel about this. It's like, oh, shut up, grow up. You know. People say political. That's not the thing. I don't want to go off like old boy on pork chop. You know.
I've spent time with extreme far left people. I've spent time with extreme far right people. And despite being opposite ends of the spectrum, there's a lot of agreement in what's going wrong in society.
That's the way I am. I'm like,
pushes you back to central ground in the long run, doesn't it?
Yeah, just be human. You know, you don't have to separate somebody just because of their belief over this, over hunting, or you know, why are you right in America? You got right and left. Why are you right? Because you say, oh, the deer are overpopulating, and somebody says, oh, you're right wing. No, you're not. You're just saying there's a bunch of deer around. You know, can we all agree that those deer have to be taken out because they're going to cause an accident? That's just facts.
Right.
End up like Side Neck.
Team Clanbaker have got a question here. What is a haggis? Well, there's two answers. One is that it's a Scottish meal of offal, which is hearts, lungs, liver, kidneys, all minced up with barley and then baked in a sheep's stomach.
Yeah.
Or the folklore of a haggis is that it's a little tiny mammal that's legs are shorter on one side of the body and they can go clockwise up a mountain, but when they get to the top, because their legs are different length, they roll off and fall down. You catch them and bake them. But haggis is good food. I enjoy a haggis. It's like
I would definitely eat that. You know, I've always heard that. I guess it's a Scottish meal, right?
Yeah.
Or Scottish recipe. Yeah. I would eat it. You know, we have like chitlins here, and that's the intestines of a pig. And I didn't think it tasted great, but when it comes to like stomach lining, I guess that's what you do when you make haggis. I think that would be actually good.
Well, that's what traditional sausage skins are made out of, aren't they?
Right.
The intestines that you pump them into.
Have you had tripe person? Tripe's nice.
Lord knows what they're making it out of nowadays. You know, there's all that skin lining or whatever, but it's not a traditional animal stomach or whatever that's lining it. The meat, it's some kind of product that we're eating every day for a sausage.
Tripe's good.
Now, my dad, he used to eat tripe. That's sheep's stomach.
If you get the thin stuff, it's really nice with vinegar and pepper. The thick stuff.
Used to boil it up with onions and carrots and that. And as a youngster, it made the house stink. You know, when you're young, your taste buds are still developing and everything's got such a strong flavour to it. It's not until you get that bit older that things have matured a bit. But, well, I don't know about tripe.
Oh,
I like tripe. It's nice.
It was nasty. It just seemed like I was eating poop, and my brother-in-law was making it, and it was like it tasted like crap. You know, I was like, I'm not gonna eat this anymore. So, and I'm open to. I've eaten bugs like crickets. I've eaten a lot of things. You know, tried like they actually put them in barbecue or ranch or whatever, and they dehydrate them, and you'll get a crick like I think the Mexicans brought it up here, but like they eat that shit, you know. And I've tried it, and it didn't taste bad. But like tripe, oh, it was awful. I don't think that like haggis would be that gross.
Haggis is really good. It is really good.
Percy, Janine's just said we are after the watershed now.
Fuck me, are we?
Yeah.
That went quickly. I mean,
What does that mean? The lingo. We are after the watershed. What does that mean?
That means before 9 p.m. UK time, you keep your language a bit respectable, and then after 9 p.m. you can swear like you're an old trooper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I
all right.
apologize.
No, we're free to go. You cuss as much as you like now, Colin.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
shit, fuck, shit, fuck.
I can't swear my kids are in here. Oh, they're going now.
Lord Random, Lord Random, Lord Random.
So yeah, I was going to ask you, what's the rules on parks and public places detecting in America?
Well, that's a long story. You have to call and check before any park that you go in. Like in my hometown here in Clarksville, I can go to Lapping Park over here, and that's where you can take your kids. There's slides, swings, there's disc golf. It's probably 400 yards square, but if you go to the Ohio River, that's protected because there are artifacts there or whatever, and they don't want you taking fossils or whatever, so you can't detect there. So here in America, you have to check before you go anywhere. And actually, Shane from Ohio River History and his buddy Nick Tyonic, they met me, and we went to a spot where there was a famous general. I'll help you with that, man. Just hang on. I'll help you carry that out.
Oh, no.
I'm getting ready to help my brother-in-law carry some stuff, but he's trying to do it on his own. He can't. It's too much.
Absolutely, Colin. Family first, mate.
Yeah. But I mean, like I took them there, and there was a place that was annexed, and I didn't know it. Like some meth head had caught the place on fire, and it was a famous general from the 1700s or like late 1700s that settled in this area, or early 1800s, and they rebuilt the place. Well, some meth head went in there and he caught the place on fire. And I'm buddies with like the people that I grew up with in this town. Like my buddy's the fire chief at the fire department, so I can get permission to do whatever. I didn't do it because I thought this place was not a state park, which is Indiana State. It didn't used to be that, but they annexed and took the land down and annexed this area. I didn't know that. And we were sitting there detecting, me and Shane from Ohio River History and Nick, and this lady pulls up on the bike and she's like, "Oh, you're all metal detecting. I used to do that. Guess what? It's illegal to do it here." And we were like, "Oh, what?" And I felt bad, you know? I was like, I didn't know that. That didn't used to be part of the state park, but the government came in and said, well, we're going to do this for George Rogers Clark, which was the area that he claimed. And all of a sudden it was annexed. So it's really important to always check before you detect. It's the same thing as asking permission on a farm or somebody's front yard, curb, whatever. It's like, you can't just go out there and do it. Even if it's a public easement, you still want to go up and say, "Hey, you mind if I do this?" So it's touch and go, I guess. Touch and go.
Curb strips.
Long answer, right? Long answer.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. But over here, we're not allowed to do parks and council land, if you like.
We
can do that here, and that's why I don't get it, man. I see Detectivable, and I see 1,500 people strong that are good people, you know, and they spend money and they pay their taxes and all this. If a farmer or a person has a piece of land and they say, "Hey, I want to let you do this," that's great. You know, I like seeing that. But why can't you go and dig a hole underneath a slide because you know a kid might have dropped something 50 years ago and it might be a piece of silver. Why can't you do that? Why are they? It's going to sit there. Is it going to do any good for the environment? What if you find a pull tab? You take that out. What if you find a piece of lead? You're taking that out of the ground where the kids don't touch it, right? So
the way the authorities in England would take it on that is if you're digging a hole in a kiddie's play area, then you're disturbing the land. And if a child then tripped over, then you're going to have some kind of public liability case coming on your shoulders for disturbing the land.
Well, here's the thing.
Culture.
Here's the thing, my lover. If a Cleggy digs a big hole, make sure he puts that dirt back in, and we need everybody to say, hey, Cleggy, guess what? Cover up the hole. You can't do that. Somebody's going to trip, and that is, you're giving them fuel for their fire. You don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. We can't let people make rules on Percy when Percy isn't digging that hole and leaving it. Percy isn't going to do that. Percy's going to put it back up. But I have to not dig there because somebody else not named Percy did that. That's not fair.
We have a village green in our little village, and I spoke to a guy who's a well-respected person in the village and said, how do I go about metal detecting on the village green? And he said, you'd have to write a letter to the local parish council and make a proposal of what you want to do. But you wouldn't be digging holes, would you?
No. So you wouldn't. He's going to hold you off on that.
So to be able to do that, I'd have to come up with a little document of my own and state a date that I'd like to do it, and do a method statement of if I find a target, say there's 100 targets on that field, that I would only dig 20 of them. I'd mark them up with a golf tee perhaps, and then go back afterwards and choose the red ones because I thought they were a decent sounding signal, and dig them and replace the ground, put it as a proposal. Then that would have to go to the parish council for them to debate it and then feedback on me. But is it really worth it when I've got thousands of acres of fields that I can go to?
It's not worth it, and that's the bad thing. But there might be people that can't get to those 1,000 acres like you're doing. They might want to dig in that place. And I guess we have to hold all of ourselves accountable as far as what you dig and how you go about it. Dig the right plug. Just don't leave a mess, man. And at the end of the day, we're removing metal or trash from the earth. And I think that's worth that nice little hump or plug. And I mean, we know how to dig. All right. There are special tools that you buy to dig a plug.
That's right.
We're going about it the right way. It's just ridiculous that we have rules put on us when it's not Daz's fault. He didn't do that. It was some asshole back in the 80s, and they're making a rule to condemn you, and it's just, we need pork chop audits here. It's stupid.
They don't mind us digging the beach side.
Earlier, under his other alias, Robert Hunter, I think he came in very early in the show.
Beaches, they don't mind us doing beaches, do they, Purse? There's a few beaches.
What they call Crown Estate. The coastline is owned by the Crown. And
see, but that's even stupider because, and I don't know if stupider is a word, but because I'm with English people, I've got to watch what I say.
No, that is a word.
But it's stupider. It's stupider because guess what? It's freaking sand. What are you going to do? It's soft the whole time. So if somebody going to fall in the hole, guess what? Shouldn't be walking down the beach, dummy. You
could build a big castle with a moat around it and make a huge structure.
Yeah. You can do all that, but you can't. Hey, guess what? Hey, Detector Kev, you can't come on this beach, but on down they have a nude beach where people can be naked, and your 2-year-old, oh, mom, you know, there's so many stupid rules that I just don't get it. Why the government, and I hate to be like this and be political, I guess. Well, it's not I'm not choosing sides, but there are rules put on us that are stupid sometimes. And it's like, you don't get that I'm out here digging in a creek bed. I'm not disturbing a tree. I know my place. I know what to do. I'm not going to destroy the environment. But guess what? I got 3 hooks out of here. I've got 5 pieces of lead. And Lord knows what was left behind when they didn't understand. People in the 1800s didn't understand that this was bad for the environment. But I'm out here removing it. And you're putting handcuffs on me, and I can't go out and do my hobby because of your rules. And all I'm doing is helping. I'm helping.
John's just put a comment up. We have bombs on our beaches over here in England.
That brings in a whole other.
In fact, when me and Percy and John met up in the summer last year, Percy, you found a bomb, didn't you?
I did. I found it was a circular object about maybe 4 inches in diameter, and it had got, if you laid it flat, it had got like a jaggy steel edge around the circumference of it, and then looking into the circle, it had got another smaller circle in it that, with a bit of common sense and looking at a bullet where the percussion cap is in the end of it, it was the base of a bomb. And the tide was coming in fast. I got about 2 feet of beach left before it hit the wall. All the holiday makers were clearing off the beach, and I thought, if I pick that up now, I'm going to have to carry it, and then I'm going up onto the promenade,
then what?
and I'm going to chuck it in the bin with the rest of the bottle caps and the ring pulls. So I just left it for the tide to cover over. Then a week or so later, I got an email come up from Devon to say that a bomb had been found on the beach. They'd shut the beach down, kicked all the holiday makers off. They got a bomb squad out and detonated it.
Yeah, definitely.
Lord knows how many people were there before, you know?
In fact, I sent you a message about it, Percy, and you said to me, I think that was the one I found, remember?
That's crazy.
You found the bomb and we buried it on because the tide was coming in. I think,
well, I just let the sea do its thing. The sea's done it for, well, if it's Second World War, it's been kicking around in there for nearly 80 years, hasn't it? So the chances of it going bang are pretty slim. It wasn't a full shell with all the explosive in it and the projectile on the end of it. It was just the base end of it.
God, I could imagine that, man. German bombs, you know, going. If I am Detector Kev and I go out on this beach, or Scotty from DDUK, if I'm going to a beach to dig here in America, I'm not going to find a German bomb or whatever that was. And it blows my mind to think that you guys have to do that. What if you find it? What's going to happen? Oh my God. Am I calling the cops? Of course. Yeah. I'm dropping it right away or putting it down really, really easy. It's mind boggling to do that. And that's history.
The probability on it though, Colin, is that it wasn't a German bomb. It was either British or American, because
really
the Germans were coming in across the east coast of Britain and heading up to London and then up into the Midlands and as far out west as Bristol. Devon on the west coast was out of German range, so that was used for training missions for British and American troops to practice landings on the Normandy beaches for D-Day. And
Slapton Beach.
John, that's the one. There's a beach in Devon where there was American troops practicing a landing onto the beach, and they've got naval warships out at sea that were live firing over the tops of the troops, and they got all the dimensions wrong, and there were thousands of American troops practicing landing tactics that were killed by friendly fire.
Yeah, but didn't
Man, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Daz.
at that particular time as well, there was 3 German U-boats in the area, and they were firing on some of the battleships as well. Did you not? Did you hear about that one, Perce?
No, that's one I haven't heard.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it, man. They were some sneaky bastards, man.
yeah, they sneaked in.
We joined the party late and I didn't know that. I thought it was us against them, you know. And as I grew older, I started learning about the war, and I didn't know what you all were saying. I didn't know that they did those practice runs or anything like that. But I heard of like a battle, and it was a bunch of British soldiers, and they dug a tunnel underneath like a German base, like where the Germans were, and they worked on this shit for like 2 months. Went in there and just all this explosive, and then there was like, guess what? Bop.
Yeah,
Ended all. I mean, all of it.
I'm trying to think.
So you never know what we were doing.
Was that the First World War?
No, it was the second. It was the second. Hitler
There was
and all that. But
there was a saying in England, Colin, about the Americans when they started to bring a lot of American troops over to Britain ready for the invasion into Normandy. They had a saying about the Americans. They said they're overpaid, overdressed, and over here.
Yeah.
that was
and we all showed up like.
No, I'll just pinned up very, very quickly. If I can jump onto this one, I've pinned up Scotty Owen that bombed the shit out of Clydebank. Now,
What's up, Scott?
From my understanding as well, Scotty, is that when the German U-boat fleets surrendered, didn't they take them up somewhere near Orkney and scuttle all the U-boats? And they're all down in the bottom of the ocean off the Scottish coast up there. Am I right on that one?
Hey guys, I got to roll, man.
Yeah, Colin, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the panel tonight. Thank you very much for dropping
definitely.
in.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Daz. You guys take it easy, all right? And I'll see you in the chats for a limited time.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, Colin.
All right, I'm gonna shoot off now, Perce.
Well, Daz, what do you think, mate?
Yeah, I think it's been a good show. You know, lots of chat and metal detecting talk and stuff. We've had quite a few in the chat as well. I think we've got quite a few thumbs up. Just have a quick look.
I'm not seeing that. I've only got the StreamYard feed on at the moment. I haven't got the YouTube open.
We've got.
I'm not seeing that. I've only got the StreamYard feed on at the moment.
Well, according to this, we've got 14 thumbs up, but I think it's more than that from what I was reading in the chat. But yeah, it's been a not a bad pilot show, is it? Really?
I think we've done all right, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, nice to listen to the guy from what was his name?
Colin.
From
oh crikey, what's his channel called now? For crying out loud.
History something, was it?
No, Heavy Meadow.
Heavy Meadow, yeah. I think
Heavy Meadow Detecting.
I think I've subbed this channel actually, Heavy Meadow. But yeah, no, it's been cool talking to people over the pond and that, and listening to what they're saying about what they do, and yeah, I've enjoyed it, man. And all the comments, Rob Random and John Clayton's there. He said it's cheered him up a bit.
Good. He deserves cheering up if he's suffering from a dose of the COVID. John, hopefully you'll feel better by the next time we have a bash at this, and you can come and be part of the original panel members. Yeah,
show us your finds as well. Show us some of your finds, John, because I know you've got a treasure chest full of finds somewhere in your house.
All the regulars, Treasure Nation, Philip Wills, Scotty Owen. Tezza, my Garrett brother of the Yellow Perils. Thanks very much for coming along. Daz, if you don't leave yourself, if I just take you out of the stream, that will knock you backstage.
Yeah.
Then I'll close the stream and we just privately say good night to each other and
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
just chat off stream if that's okay with you.
Yeah. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Right, down to me in the Kingdom of Mercia. Thank you very much for coming along to our first live. I'm absolutely shocked that we had so many people come in, but it's time to give way now because Dino detects, I think he's coming on at 10. I'm giving you half an hour now to top your glasses up and hop over to Dino's broadcast. Love you to bits, all of you. Thank you very much.